Welcome to the Cal Sailing 420 rigging video. This video covers rigging the club or C420 dinghy. It's mostly the same as the I-420 with a few important differences that will be noted along the way. The 420 is stored with the jib attached and the forestay detensioned. Similar to the Quest, Tura, and Venture, a sail cover is raised over the jib with the main halyard. To lower the sail cover, uncleat the main halyard. It is at the base of the mast on the starboard side. With the cover off, tie the halyard off somewhere that it won't come loose while you rig the boat. The 420 has 3 drain plugs located inside the cockpit, one on either side of the hull and one in the center for the centerboard trunk. Make sure to fasten all 3 finger tight before you sail. There is also a hole in the stern for bailing the boat when on land. Some are sealed with a drain plug, and some are sealed with a tennis ball attached to a bungee. If your boat has a drain plug, make sure it's closed before dropping the boat. If your boat has a tennis ball, pull the bungee tight and clip the S-hook to the hiking strap attachment. If you don't do this, water will enter the cockpit when you drop the boat in the water. You will also notice toothbrushes attached to bungees towards the bow. These are for keeping the spinnaker halyard in place and should be left alone. There is also an auto bailer for draining the cockpit while sailing. Pull up on it to make sure that it's closed before dropping the boat. To drain, press the auto bailer down with your foot to open it, and water will drain while the boat is in motion. Next, you will need to tension the forestay. The 420 does not have a jib furler, so you will need to unfurl the jib by hand. Untie the jib sheets and, keeping them in a coil, pass them around the jib to unwrap it from the forestay. To tension the rig, ask a friend to pull back on the forestay with all their body weight. The forestay is the wire attached to the middle pin on the bow. As you pull on the forestay, the mast will move forward, so watch your fingers. With your friend pulling back on the forestay, pull the jib halyard, located at the base of the mast on the port side, tight. Lock the tension in by cleating the jib halyard off. You may need to sweat the line a bit to get it tight enough. You want at least 240 pounds of tension, more in higher wind. The forestay will now be loose because the jib stay and jib halyard are carrying the load of the rig. This is normal, as the forestay is mainly there to keep the mast up when rig tension is off. When the rig is tensioned properly for upwind sailing, the leeward shroud just starts to go slack. If you find that you're not able to point as high as you think you should, it likely means you don't have enough rig tension for the wind conditions. It's important to tension the rig before putting the 420 on the hoist. Not only will it be difficult to get enough leverage to properly tension the forestay on the water, the mast will be too far back without rig tension and will hit the hoist. With the rig tension now on, furl the jib back around the forestay before dropping the boat. If it's windy, you may want to tie the jib sheets or a line around the jib to keep it furled. Next, attach the rudder. If your boat's rudder doesn't have an uphaul, it may be easier to do this after dropping the boat so that the rudder doesn't hit the ground. To attach the rudder, make sure both pins are lined up with the gudgeon and lower the rudder onto them until the metal tab snaps over the gudgeon. Make sure the safety line is attached inside of the boat so that the rudder isn't lost in the event of a capsize. Make sure the tiller is snug in the rudder and tension the downhaul to keep it in place. It's a good idea to tie a clove hitch around the tiller so the downhaul doesn't come off, as this can cause your tiller to detach from your rudder. To attach the 420 to the hoist, use the loops at the stern and the shroud plates. When stepping into the boat, it's best to step in from the side. On the C420, you can step on the reinforced part behind the spinnaker bag. On the I-420, you should only ever step into the cockpit. Never step onto the bow of the I-420. To lower the centerboard, release the uphaul on the starboard side of the centerboard trunk and pull on the downhaul on the port side. You can set your centerboard where you want it with these 2 lines. Untie your halyard. Make sure it's on the inside of the shrouds. Pass a loop through the head of the sail and pull it tight around the ball. Make sure it's snug so there is no gap between the ball and the sail. Feed the bolt rope into the slot of the mast and raise the sail. Pull the halyard through the middle of the cleat and back up towards the ring or loop in the halyard. Pass the end of the halyard through the ring to create a purchase system. Then sweat the line and pull down, making sure the sail is all the way at the top of the mast. Then lock it in place. Set the Cunningham. and the outhaul. As of this filming, the 420 is not rigged with reef points. The vang adjustment is on the port side of the centerboard trunk, just forward of the main sheet block. With the main raise, check that the bridle is set so that the pulleys on the block don't rub when the main sheet is fully tight. Generally, this should not need to be adjusted. The main sheet has cleats on either side of the boat instead of at the block. Unfurl the jib and run the jib sheets inside the shroud, through the fair lead and into the cleat. Don't forget to tie a stopper knot. That's it. You're ready to go sailing. When returning, it's best to slow sail up to the dock, then do a J-turn so you can step off the side of the boat instead of stepping off of the bow. When you're back at the dock, don't forget to detension the rig by releasing the jib halyard. To store the trapeze lines, remove the bungee, hook the ring around the halyard cleat, and snug up the trapeze line. This keeps the bungee from stretching out. Drain the boat, put on your sail covers, and put it away.